So in today's video, I'm going to show you why the person you keep calling your soulmate is probably just the mirror you've been avoiding. And if you don't understand this, you will keep repeating the same emotional loop that you enter every single time you get into a relationship. Alright, so I've made some notes, guys, so bear with me. And I actually just made the same video on TikTok. But I used to think that I needed a woman who was into fitness like I was, who was just as ambitious, who liked the same things I liked, and was the gym girl. So basically, a guy in a woman's body. And that's literally what most of us are not realizing we're trying to attract, right? But what I learned the hard way is this: you don't actually need someone that matches you, because then you guys will pretty much agree on everything. And if you're someone that's into self-development and growth like I am, you need someone that's going to challenge that and force you to higher levels and better environments, right? So what you actually need isn't someone that matches you. You need someone that aligns with your direction. And what that actually does, it opens up the door for you to start looking and picking partners that not necessarily may be the same as you, but because they're heading towards the same direction, can hop into the same car and actually get along with. And then you can learn new things. Oh wow, they speak Spanish. Let's learn a bit of Spanish, right? Or whatever, they can cook and you don't know how to cook, right? So it's just about understanding that this is where we're both going. Let's go towards that same direction together, right? 99% of you guys don't even know where you're going. And the date is now based on vibes that are just going to punish you later on. You see, I've done that so many times. I've been in relationships where I thought that this is the person I want to be with, and you know what, we're getting along, and you know, the vibe seems right and whatnot, just to then realize that the person I picked wasn't someone that I'd want my children to be around, or wasn't someone that actually wanted children in the first place, right? Because we're not asking those difficult questions by understanding how to filter out what doesn't align, right? And again, this ties into how to attract people, right? Because in order for you to have those difficult conversations, you need to be someone that's attractive to them. Because if you have this conversation with them and they barely stand your guts, I'm sorry, they're walking right straight away. So before you're even able to talk to them, you need to be able to attract them, right? This is why the recalibrate, reframe, and rebuild system that I keep drilling you guys into about, this is a community. This is a system that I've built for a lot of the men I work with. Allows you to understand how to master not just the language of women, but understand in particular how to magnify, to understand how to walk into a room without you even saying a word, right? So here's what I'm going to break down in this video, all right? Why your partner is triggering you, and what it actually reveals about you, and the emotional leadership framework that I just mentioned that saved my marriage, okay? And how to stop outsourcing, oh my gosh, your peace for someone who was never meant to carry it. I'm excited for you guys. This is going to be uncomfortable, but buckle up, because this will free you, all right? So let's get into it. Through society, Disney movies, and part of the reason why I actually have the reach I have, which is 1.8 million views on TikTok in the space of 3 months, right? We were taught that love should feel effortless. That if you meet the one, everything just clicks. It's like, bam, this is it, this is how it's meant to feel, right? But what happens when that person you love is triggering you, right? Or what happens when that person now starts to challenge you without and calling you out on the stuff that no one has before, right? You assume something's wrong, because it's nothing to do with you, clearly. No one's ever called you out, but it's them. Yeah, it's them, or there's something's wrong with the relationship. And honestly, this is part of the struggle I face, because I like to hold men to a higher standard and help them empower themselves, right? But the truth of the matter is that women have a part to play in this too. And the truth is, you guys need to stop blaming each other and pointing fingers, because both of you have a part to play in it, right? So the truth is, however, she is actually not the problem, right? So let's speak to the men today. She is not the problem. She is the mirror, right? And what does that mean, right? The discomfort you feel, it's not rejection. It's actually a reflection, right? The parts of you that still need clarity. She's pointing out that, hey, you know why this thing is irritating you? It's because you haven't fixed it. You know what? There's nothing that irritates you that is solved. And honestly, reason why I went silent for a bit is because I want you to actually think about it. If it's irritating you, it's because there's still a problem with it. And a lot of times that problem stems from lack of clarity. So once you understand how to see through the noise, right? Gain the clarity that you need in order to sort of, even at war, even during difficult times, you're still able to see right through. That there, priceless ability to cut through the noise, right? And utilize things like your dark masculine to penetrate through certain things that your light masculine wouldn't be able to, right? So when she questions your decisions, right? Let's talk about that. Or when she challenges your tone. When she doesn't respond the way you expected. She's not disrespecting you, right? But she's showing you where your internal foundation isn't built yet. And you think that as a coach, there's no way I'd go through this. But I did. I still go through it now. There's times where my tone is very condescending. I'm a coach. I speak, the way I speak to you sometimes is the way my conviction comes across and to other people. At the age of 16, I was preaching, right? Leading a whole Christian union together, arguing with imams, right? So my tonality, the way I speak sometimes, I'm a public speaker, internationally. So yes, sometimes the way I speak may not be the right tonality. And I want you to understand that once you understand how to build that foundation, you're going to start to realize that the solution was always inward. But we don't have that. We don't build that. We don't tell ourselves that sometimes we need to look inside to see how to fix the internal problems, right? So that's part of it. So understand how to mirror your situation and analyze what's actually triggering you, right? Which takes us to the second section, right? I used to think, impression that I needed a gym girl. That, you know, my previous relationship, I was trying my hardest to encourage my ex-partner to go to the gym. And as soon as we broke up, I said, yeah, listen, I am never going to try to encourage anyone. They have to be going gym prior to me even trying to encourage them. If they're not on gym, forget it. I'm not interested. And part of it was because I trained hard. I know what it done for me. I felt like, you know what, a lot of the mindset issues that I was able to overcome and face came from the fact that I was releasing dopamine and all the different benefits that, of course, going to the gym give you, right? But here's where it got funny, right? So me and my wife started going gym together. And I realized there and then that when I'm in the gym, I'm listening to some punk or rock, Linkin Park, or sometimes maybe drill music or Blade Brown. And I couldn't do that while she was there because I'm there lifting 50 kg dumbbells, right? And then she's asking me to pass her over the 5 kgs. The 5 kgs are too heavy. So she's asking for the 2 kgs and then the 2 kgs are too heavy. And then there's nothing else for her to lift, so she just gives up. And I realized there and then that I don't like going to the gym for fun. I go there to make myself untouchable. I go there to become a real life Super Saiyan. So my ideal of a perfect gym partner wasn't something I factored in. I thought as long as they go gym, it should be good. But then I realized that actually, I don't actually like working out with people. And then I also realized that the people I used to actually work out with, or that used to try to get me to work out with them, right, would probably vomit at the warm-up. Like, I remember people saying, let's go gym together. It was the warm-up that got them. It was literally the fact that we were running too fast. And then we done some ropes and whatnot. And then we was doing intensive cardio. I realized then and then that I may not be training like a normal person is. So the gym stuff, I need to be either by myself or with someone that's gonna match or outdo my intensity. Because anything less than that's just gonna bore me to death, right? So that's when I learned in my marriage that actually you don't need someone to lift the same weights as you. You don't need someone, well, you need someone that's rooted in the same direction you're heading. And that there opened so many doors, because now I'm no longer looking for, well, obviously I'm married now, but I realized there and then that, oh my gosh, there's so many gym guys that are missing out on good opportunities because they're so focused on finding a gym girl rather than a healthy partner that wants to be just as healthy as them, but in a different way, whether it's through yoga, Pilates, or horse riding, or I don't know, walking. My wife loves walking a lot, right? And that actually enhanced my ability to walk, because I hated cardio. Anything to do with cardio, I just hated it. My wife is a walking specialist. She can walk for hours. I can't. So actually, her bringing in this walking stuff into my world helped me a lot in terms of maintaining or losing fat when I needed to. So there's different ways you can complement each other once you understand each other's values, right? So the truth of the matter is this, right? A lot of times when we look for someone, we don't realize that that person is going to mirror what's missing in us. And if you're not safe in who you are, that mirror is going to make you feel uncomfortable. That mirror is going to trigger arguments. That mirror is going to make you feel like the person you're with is incompatible, not knowing that all you need to do is make yourself the best version of yourself. You need to become the person that sees, it's a mirror. This is what I'm missing. Okay, how do I fix it? And then you take that to the next step, then you bring it back to the mirror again. This is not bothering me anymore. Okay, so that's fixed then, right? So it's just about understanding that compatibility sometimes is just you wanting to feel safe for the things you like or want to do. And you can do that once you understand that that person not liking or not wanting to do what you want to do doesn't define who you are. Actually, Paul Bronson said in one of his books that the ability for you to have your own personal thing that you enjoy doing enhances your relationship a lot more, because you now can bring two different worlds together and find ways to connect. Whereas if you're literally doing the exact same thing with the same person every single time, it's going to get to the point where one person is going to feel like they're losing their identity, and the other person is going to feel like they're being, being betrayed, because they're basically told that they're not good enough. So let me give you the exact framework I use with my clients, right? So this is the recalibrate, rebuild, and reclaim framework. Number one, reclaim, right? So most men aren't triggered by the woman. They're triggered by what she exposes, right? So when you say she disrespects you, I want you to pay attention to what she's actually doing, because sometimes what she's doing is she doesn't respect your silence. And the difference between that is you don't know how to sit in silence, so she's mirroring the fact that you can't sit in silence. And I want you to understand something, right? So when you say that she's too emotional, she's too erratic, or she's losing her temper, or she just feels so anxious all the time. Question is, what are you doing about it? Because I'm not saying that it isn't her responsibility to deal with, by the way, but I am saying that you've got a part to play in it. Because if you're, as the husband, meant to make her feel safe, and you've never learned how to hold emotion without trying to fix things, then your containment, I want you to understand there's 3 phases to an emotional diagnosis, let's call it that. Number 1 is acknowledgement. In the acknowledgement, you do not fix, you acknowledge. Number 2 is the feel, right? So you label the feel, you allow the feel to exist. It's almost like you watch it without letting it affect you, right? So you acknowledge it on a deeper level. And then there's 3 where you release, right? You release or redirect. Now, without these 3 steps, if you jump straight into fixing, you're dealing with a cargo that hasn't been offloaded. Let's make it logical now, guys. This is why when she now comes to you and you don't acknowledge, you don't feel, you don't release or redirect, she now feels like, guess what? She doesn't get you. You don't get her. Like you're just disregarding her. She feels dismissed because she's coming to you and saying, hey, I'm heavy. How can I offload this? And you're saying, yeah, just fix it. So let's skip the acknowledgement. Let's keep the feeling. Let's keep the redirection. Let's jump into the fixing part. The problem is you do that because you've been told that you just need to suppress the acknowledgement, the feel, and the redirection. And now she's repeating that, but she can't do that because she knows that there's better ways to do it. Can you see why this is struggling? For a lot of men and a lot of women are just like, why can't you just acknowledge, feel, and redirect? A lot of people miss the redirect part, to be honest. But the acknowledge and feel is what a lot of people are familiar with. The redirection is what I teach. Right, so I hope that helps you. But recalibrate your lens, right? So what does her feedback reveal about your standards, your tone, and your frame? It's very important. Rebuild. You see, you cannot lead a relationship from a broken code. Now, most men think that clarity is found in peace, and it's not. Clarity is found in the silence you create when the chaos is at its loudest moment. That's a bar, write that down. So you see, when you stay grounded, despite the chaos, not when it's not chaotic, when you stay grounded despite the chaos, that's when you're being tested. And that's by you being able to pass the test, because you're not dismissing it. You're acknowledging, you're feeling it, you're redirecting it while staying grounded. Now, that's the rebuild that I show you, right? So it's like you don't let the fog blind you from seeing what needs to be seen. And in order for you to rebuild your nervous system to that level, you're going to need at least 90 days. It took me 15 years, but I found a way to, through experience, through teaching so many people the same thing, I found a way to short it down to 90 days. It may come to, there are people that have taught in one day. So if you're interested in one day immersion, it's going to cost you a lot. And I've taught that to 2 people so far. Okay. It's my higher ticket thing. So yeah, if you're interested in doing that, let me know and drop me an Instagram message or email me or book a call in the description below. But yeah, this here is key. This here will transform everything you know about being able to handle anything that comes at you. Number 3, reclaim, right? So this is the final step of ownership. Now, triggers are not enemies. They are buttons. They're invites for, there's like this to-do list. Now, when you see a trigger, I want you to see a to-do list. Ooh, okay, I need to deal with this, right? These are, and once you tick them off, you gain the power that to-do list gives you. Have you ever had a to-do list when you've said, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this? As for instance, today I said I need to do 3 videos, right? I've done the 3 videos. Okay, cool, done that. I need to do this, I need to do that. That's exactly what reclaiming your power looks like, right? And sometimes the most powerful mood isn't on how to fix it, is in being able to say, right, this dynamic no longer fits who I'm becoming. And that there, my brothers and sisters, if you're watching, that's emotional leadership, okay? Now, a lot of men have been taught that peace means conflict. But like Geoff Goffman says, right? Healthy relationship isn't one without arguments. It's one where conflict is actually handled well. You see, a lot of us are so scared to go to war. And I'm here to tell you that based on what I've just said, Goffman is basically saying, no, learn how to smile whilst you're at war. Now that's being able to handle yourself well. That's being able to be the warrior in the garden, right? So that basically means do not react to emotion, respond to vision, right? Do not fold in discomfort, lead through it and hold it, contain it. That also means that you don't need her to be perfect, right? Because that's most human beings, right? You lead with presence. Now, what does that look like? You see, when she's going through her tantrums, you're able to see what is causing it and how to get through to her without her being able to, and hers almost like your voice being that, imagine that's like, you become that, this almost, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like she's going through her stuff, right? Let's establish that. And then you now become this person that's able to pace right through and say, I see you. That there is what I teach. And I promise you, the ability for you to penetrate right through and see through, utilizing your dark masculine, right? Because you're able to awaken the inner child within them so that they can now connect with you. It's priceless. For arguments, for disagreements, for anything that's related to building a healthy connection, right? Because the truth of the matter is that she doesn't need you to dominate her, but she needs to feel like you're not. She needs to feel like you're not going to be dominated by yourself. Okay? That's what earns respect, that's what earns desire, and that's what turns confusion into commitment. So, there's this video I was watching by Wayne Dyer, where he said that your soulmate is the one who keeps triggering you. And I want to take this a step further. Your soulmate isn't the person who triggers you. It's the person that you're ready. Your soulmate is the person that you're ready to finally lead. Not with control, but with emotional clarity. Because that is what will make her feel safe enough to follow you. Now, if you're tired of being the strong one, the one that pretends that he's got it all together, yet feeling disrespected, unseen, or unappreciated at home, it's time to recalibrate. Drop me a DM saying enough on Instagram, or drop a comment below on YouTube. Drop a comment below, let me know what your thoughts are in regards to this as well. Let me know if it was helpful. Most importantly, book a call on the link below in the description or on the comments, so that we can discuss in person how I can assist you and see if we can work together. All right, but let's rebuild the man that doesn't flinch when he's tested. Okay, because once you master that, she'll never question your leadership again. Right, I hope this video has added value to you, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.